I've always been obsessed with urban exploration, especially places people warn you not to go. Maybe it's the adrenaline rush, or maybe I just want to see what others pretend doesn't exist. Last month, I stumbled across a Reddit thread about the old Westfield Psychiatric Hospital, supposedly abandoned since the late 80s. Everyone claimed it was haunted, dangerous, full of asbestos and rotting floors. But it was the photos that hooked me: long hallways with peeling paint, rusted beds, medical charts scattered across the floor. I couldn't stop thinking about it. One Saturday night, I packed my camera, a flashlight, extra batteries, and drove 2 hours out of the city. By the time I arrived, the sky was a sheet of black velvet. The hospital stood looming beyond the trees, windows shattered like jagged teeth. I parked my car, double-checked my gear, and forced myself through a gap in the chain-link fence. The air smelled like damp concrete and old mildew, and every footstep echoed in the silence. As I crept into the building, I felt this growing weight on my chest, like the walls were leaning in. My light bounced off dusty corridors, revealing water stains dripping like brown veins down cracked plaster. In one of the rooms, I found a wheelchair tipped on its side, wheels still squeaking faintly as if recently moved. That should have been my first sign to leave. I kept moving deeper, recording every hallway and doorway. My camera's red rec light felt like the only warmth in the place. I passed an old nurse's station littered with charts. One file was open, and the patient's name was blacked out in thick marker, but the words extreme aggression were scrawled over and over in the margins. The deeper I went, the colder the air became. My breath started misting in front of me, even though it was summer. I reached a corridor where the ceiling had collapsed, leaving a tangle of metal beams and insulation. Beyond it was the psychiatric wing, or so I assumed. There were rusted signs on the walls marked hydrotherapy and isolation. As I stepped through a broken doorframe, I heard the unmistakable sound of something scuttling away across the floor. Rats, I thought, but it felt wrong. Too deliberate. Like it wanted me to follow. In the next room, I found a series of medical record binders neatly stacked on a table, untouched by dust. Each binder was dated for months after the hospital supposedly shut down. My skin crawled as I flipped through them and saw patient logs with entries from just 2 years ago. I picked up one of the binders and a cassette tape fell out. It was labeled only with the date, October 17th, 21. That didn't make sense. I dug my old handheld recorder out of my bag and slipped the tape inside. When I hit play, static crackled, and then a man's voice came through, whispering rapidly. He kept repeating the same sentence over and over.
"We never left, we never left, we never left."
I felt sweat prickling down my back even though the room was freezing. The tape abruptly cut to silence. Then, without warning, there was a deep exhale on the recording, as if someone was standing right behind me. My flashlight flickered, and for a moment I thought I saw a shape move past the doorway. I rushed into the hallway, scanning for anything human. It was empty. I wanted to leave then. I should have. But curiosity is a stronger drug than fear. I pushed deeper into the psychiatric wing, looking for any sign of who might still be using this place. I started noticing small things, fresh footprints in the dust, scraps of modern snack wrappers, An empty bottle of water with a recent expiration date. It felt less like exploring and more like trespassing into someone's home. I reached the final door, marked administration. Inside was an office untouched by decay. A laptop hummed softly on a desk, screen glowing faintly in the dark. My brain refused to process how there could be power in this place. The desktop was full of video files, each labeled with a patient number and date. Out of morbid curiosity, I clicked one. Footage filled the screen, showing a figure strapped to a gurney, eyes wild, thrashing as unseen people restrained him. Then the camera turned toward the person filming, a man in hospital scrubs who stared directly into the lens with hollow eyes. He whispered,
No one ever leaves Westfield. We keep them here, even the explorers.
That was when I realized the hospital was never abandoned. It had just become a place where people disappeared, hidden from the world. A new kind of asylum, still running in secret, using urban legends to keep outsiders away. I slammed the laptop shut and ran. As I burst outside, dawn was creeping over the trees, and for a split second, I thought I saw shapes watching me from the broken windows. I didn't stop running until I reached my car. I've deleted all my videos, but sometimes, late at night, I hear static and a whisper repeating,
We never left.